Me and my partner were walking through here and we thought we'd be a bit naughty and take one. Like, if you don't hate heel training, you're a bit of a lunatic. So it smells a bit like cow shit here, to be honest today. Not 100% convinced by that one in my mouth. Hey guys, I haven't filmed for a little while, to be honest. I've not been feeling the best. Not so much like my mood, but more in my training. I had a long run a couple of weeks ago that kind of knocked my confidence a little bit. It just didn't go right. I just felt dreadful. Yeah, I felt a bit off the past couple of weeks. So yeah, I just wanted to take a bit of a break, to be honest, and just get stuff done. I'm feeling a bit better today. I've left it a bit later in the day to start my run, so you can probably tell I'm a little bit out of breath, to be honest. But yeah, getting it done. I'm doing trails today, so I don't have to see any people, which always helps. I'm not feeling the best, but yes. It's really muddy, which is quite nice because it's meaning I can walk. My legs up here feeling pretty tired from the weekend. I had a long run, which went really well, but it was very tiring, a couple of hours, so yeah, still feeling a bit fatigued, to be honest. I've also, God, this is really quite muddy. But yes, what I was saying was I've taken up climbing, like just bouldering, and we were doing a bit of rope climbing, but we need to do like a belay course. But it's really been taking it out of me. Like, I've been really tired since we started doing it, but it's so fun. I'm like trying to balance here, which has been hard at points. I also think I might have dislocated my thumb yesterday. I jumped on it accidentally. It's a bit sore today, a bit sore and a bit bruised, but I'm hoping that'll get better over the next kind of week or so. It's Monday today, no, Tuesday, sorry. Shows you the kind of week I'm having, and I'm not going again till Friday. I'm not going bouldering again till Friday, so hopefully I should be recovered a bit by then. You can see how muddy it is. I'm testing out some new shoes today. They're definitely getting a good test. The joys of living in the countryside. I've kind of gone past the point of caring now, to be honest. It's so muddy, it's like impossible. Look, quite fun though. And also as well, as I said, I'm quite out of breath today. So to be honest, the mud is a decent reason to stop and walk. I ran through the more shallow bits, but not the deeper stuff, because that's just twist your ankle territory. What else has been going on? Not a lot, to be honest. I think I'm just kind of in one of those periods right now that's a little bit harder than usual. Hopefully you can hear me, it's quite windy. I think life's been pretty good recently. I've been really randomly happy. So I think now I'm not super happy. It's seeming worse than it like probably is. Because to be honest, I'm not that bad. I just feel a bit glum, is probably the best word. But yeah, still keeping up with my running. Yeah, I haven't missed any, because I think for me it's really key that I keep things normal, or as normal as possible. So yeah, just trucking on basically. But I had a really great January, which is unusual for me. Usually I hate January. When I was younger, it was something I would dread every year. Obviously that probably made it worse, but also I think the seasonal depression of it all would always catch up with me. But this year I was literally fine. I was really happy, in fact. I think a combination of things, like I'm happier generally, I've got good routines, I was eating well, all of that kind of like built up, works fine, living somewhere a bit nicer as well. But yeah, I feel like the January blues have kind of hit me in February. That's okay, you know. I think I'm trying to, rather than like wonder what's going on and when it's going to get better, I'm just kind of letting it flow and just looking after myself in the meantime. And yeah, hopefully feel a bit better soon. So anyway, I'm going to carry my run. I've got some drills to do in a minute, which I might film. So yeah, goodbye. Drill's done. I'm on my way back now. I've got a half marathon coming up. It's called the Llama Trail, like LLARMER trail. It's just a half marathon, which for me is, like, don't get me wrong, it's still hard, but it's a distance I've done before. I just have never raced it. It's a pretty hilly course, so I think I've been doing hill training, which I hate. But I think, like, if you don't hate hill training, you're a bit of a lunatic. So, but yeah, I've been doing some hills, so I'm hoping it'll be okay. I'm a little bit nervous, mostly because I haven't done like a race before, so I don't know what I'm going to be like. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be competitive or feel a bit nervous. Not sure, but it's exciting. That's in a couple of weeks, so this is my final week of like full training, including all my gym and stuff like that. And then I've got a slightly shorter long run this Sunday, so it's an hour and a half, whereas before I was doing, well, last week just gone, sorry, I did 2 hours. And then yeah, it'll be like a mini taper really next week. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. It's like a really friendly event, so my coach recommended it because excuse me, the cut-off for the half marathon is 4 hours, which is quite substantial. You could walk it in that. So the idea is that this will build my confidence with racing and like using aid stations and stuff like that. By the way, this terrain is just like unrunnable right now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be good. It's in Dorset, so it's a little bit of a drive from where I am. So it'd be a good way to practice like getting up early and stuff as well, because I've not done that to get to a race before. I'm quite like, yeah, I'm not going to say like militant in the mornings, but I tend to get up like a solid hour and a half before my runs so I can like eat and use the bathroom and stuff. So I think adding travel in there is going to be interesting. But it'll be good practice. Might film it just because it's my first race. I feel like I should. But it might be like a not talking one, so I don't get super embarrassed, because I'm not sure my social anxiety can handle that just yet. Also, I can't breathe particularly well when I run and talk, so yeah. But yeah, it should be fun. I'm hoping the weather is okay. It's trails, so it's going to be an absolute mud fest, which, if anything today is anything to go by, it's going to make it significantly slower. So we shall see. Yeah, I get a little medal at the end, so that's exciting. Just about to come up to the llamas / alpacas again. I don't know which is which. I'll show you them. I don't know if they'll come over. Hello. Hello. Not interested. Can't blame them. I've got enough grass there to last them. I'm not going to be able to offer them anything decent. Oh, legs are feeling pretty stiff from the weekend still. But yeah, on my way back now anyways. To through the mud we go. Nearly fell. It was coming. I'm surprised I haven't yet, to be honest. This is probably the most muddy it's been. I'm not gonna lie. Tasty. I've got a river that runs like vaguely near my house, actually runs around the back of my house, but the bit that I use is like 5 minutes from my house, and I've taken to just essentially plunging my whole legs in there, like both of, that didn't make any sense, did it? The entirety of both of my legs in, just to clean them. But I keep then running home. It's like I've literally just like taken a bath with my shoes and leggings on. God knows what's in the river as well, because like a shit ton of cows and stuff around here, but you know, don't want a muddy house, so it seems like the best course of action really. My laces come undone and they're so muddy. Ew, got such muddy hands now. My camera's muddy, everything's muddy, I am mud. It's not good. I do think I was maybe supposed to be born somewhere hot and nice, like Italy or Spain. Not that there's anything wrong with England, obviously. Objectively, I do love the countryside. It's so cold and muddy and rainy, and yeah, I feel like in my heart I should have been born in Italy. Tasty food, good weather. Yeah, that's it really. Tasty food, good weather. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but all the daffodils are coming out, which is nice. Speaking of bad weather, see if I can get an open one. Daffodils. Spring is here. Great news. Bit of a funny story about this field. So you might be able to see, it's like a crop field. Obviously not the season for it at the moment, but when we first moved in the summer, it was like really grown. We thought it was corn, like corn on the cob. So me and my partner were walking through here, and we thought we'd be a bit naughty and take one, like just one. Obviously there's a whole field of it, I know, not great, but you know, what are we gonna do? So we were so pleased with ourselves. Got it home, cooked it, like boiled it, and then made like a really nice butter rub. Turns out it was maize. So, the thing that they feed cows. And I've never felt like more of a twat in my whole life. It was so funny. But yeah, so every time I go through this field, I get a bit of a giggle remembering the two. Well, my boyfriend is from the countryside, so I don't know what his excuse is, but I feel like I'm like a city gal trying to turn into like, well, slowly turning into a country pumpkin, but the difference could have not been more obvious at that point. I think one thing that has been really helping when I've been really struggling with running recently, sorry, I just need to focus, this bit's really muddy. Something I've been trying to like remind myself of is just repeating "you love this" in your head. It does help. It just reminds me why I'm doing it, rather than like, obviously I like the training benefits of it. I like being like fitter, and it's cool when you see like your resting heart rate and stuff go down. Yeah, it's cool when you see like your resting heart rate and stuff go down, but it's mainly because I love it. Like, I really enjoy the adventure side of it, and like just getting out of the house and, you know, seeing stuff I never would have seen before if I did it was like an event, like a weekend walk or something, whereas now I see it like multiple times a week, and it really fills my cup, as cheesy as that sounds. So I feel like I'm better able to like deal with life generally. Yeah, but you know, for you it might not be running, it might be something else. Like you might not be able to run. My sister, bless her, has been trying really hard and making really fantastic progress in running because she's interested in it, but she has bad knees, like previous past surgeries and stuff, so she can't run at the moment. And I just think try and find that thing for you. Like, she's trying cycling, she loves cycling. I feel like that's the best attitude to have about this sort of thing, like whether it's an injury or just not, you're just not really interested in running. Like, it doesn't have to be running, it could be anything, it could be reading a book, but just making sure you take the time in your day to do something, even if it's just like 2 to 5 minutes for you, so that you can be present and like good for everything else. So I know if I don't get my exercise in, because for me that's what like fills my cup, exercise generally, if I don't get that in, I'm horrible to be around. My mood is just awful. I'm just not happy. I'm just generally not happy, and there's nothing I can do to fix that apart from exercise. Like, the thing I always know, like today I've planned not to go early in the morning, so it's fine, but if I know I was like supposed to go in the morning, then even if I don't necessarily feel guilty about it, because that's something I'm like trying to train myself out of, I don't necessarily feel guilty, but I don't feel like I can be the best version of me. So yeah, my top tip for the day: find your thing and do a little bit of it each day. Anyway, I'm splashing through the puddles now. Also on that, for example, talking about my sister, obviously what she's doing is really admirable. Like, she's got broken knees essentially. She tried running, did great at it, but it hasn't, her body can't quite take it at the moment, so she's picked up something else, cycling, which for her is like a great alternative, something she still finds joy in. So it's not like she's moping around almost grieving for this thing she's lost. I'm sure she probably is a little, because who doesn't when you are injured and want to do something and your body says no, but she's picked something else. And sorry, this is deep moment. Oh my god. Deep moment interrupted. Yeah, she's picked something else. So what I'm kind of trying to say is, if you haven't quite found your thing yet, for me, like, I didn't really find exercise until I was, well, I started properly when I was 18, but I would say I didn't really start till I was probably 19. It's like 19 years of not knowing what my like thing was. So if you haven't found your thing, like I feel like most like adults haven't, just keep trying new stuff. I've tried bouldering. I'm rubbish. I'm not very good at it. I'm trying, obviously, but I'm not very good at it, and I'm like shit scared of heights. So for me, it's like a really random thing, but I really enjoy it. Probably a few years ago I wouldn't have tried it because I was too scared. So just keep trying stuff. If you think about how many things kids try, like, just treat yourself maybe as a child who can just try loads of new hobbies. I'm at the river now, it's a bit noisy. Before. After. It smells a bit like cow shit here, to be honest today. Not 100% convinced by that one in my mouth. So I'm gonna go home and wash. But yeah, deep moment over. My run's pretty much done now. It's been a walk run, I'm not gonna lie. Probably 35 minutes of running, 10 minutes walking. It's alright. I feel like I needed that today. Yeah, anyway, home now. My shoes are super sweltry. Goodbye.